share my knowledge and my experience with just this amazing group. And especially my amazing group in Tempe! And of course, couldn't do it without my lovely wife to be, Dion, who keeps me mentally strong, keeps me in the right vibe, keeps my energy in the right place where it needs to be. Thank you, sweetie. Couldn't do it without you. As a kid, my pop used to pick me up about 3 times a week and take me out during summer, play golf. It wasn't just about playing golf. He was my pop. He was there to talk to me and teach me things as a kid, teach me character, teach me how to be honest, and just teach me the values of life. And one of the things he always taught me was, because I used to always borrow his clubs and never return the damn thing. So he had a nice lesson with me. He says, son, look, when you borrow something from somebody, you got to give it back. And or if you have a lot of something, then you just want to give it back. So he had a garden. He raised he had all kinds of tomatoes and squash, and man, he used to always give it out to the neighborhood. And he was always a man of his word, and if you borrowed something from you, you would see it back. So he taught me the same thing. Which leads me to the topic I'm going to talk about, which is giving your demos back. It's kind of like, if you're the last person to use the toilet paper roll, obviously what should you do? Change the roll. What way you put it is all depending on how you grew up. I'm not going to get into that. If you take the garbage out, and you should replace the what? The bag, the liner, absolutely. And if you do a demo, what should you replace? The bag or demo. Okay. So I want to help you understand some concepts that I put together, a little word association that spells out what we're going to talk about, which is obviously instant set. So let me remind you that instant set is not your end-all be-all. It's just a stepping stone to a more advanced program. I refer to this program as the constantly set program. Constantly set. Why do I call it that? Because I'm constantly on demos. And that's what these concepts had led to me to be able to be on a lot of demos, and as well as my team. If you really stop to think about it, after all, instant is not really what it's been up to be or cracked up to be. You ever try to eat a bowl of instant oatmeal before your demo on a Saturday morning? Yeah, your ass is hungry when you get to the demo. You ever had some instant coffee? Not good. So guess what you do when you go to Starbucks? You ask the lady, do you constantly sell this good coffee here? Because I want some. I'll be back every day. The constantly is what you want, not necessarily the instant. But the concepts behind the instant set program will definitely help you build a consistent business that always drives and always is ran by and always fueled by lots of demos. So let's check out the word. I don't have a slide, so you guys are going to have to take some good notes. So start off, and we're going to just go down. Of course, we're going to talk about the I first. The I means I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my own schedule when I instant set. I book them when I want. I book them according to when I want to be on a demo, or I book them for my team. When I'm in charge, I skip the batting order. I can come in brand new in Rainbow because we have a rule. Most of the offices work like this, I think. I set, I run. I set, I run. I got the first choice, as long as I have a positive E number. And never in the business have I had a negative E number because of these concepts that I constantly use. You want certainty? You want certainty? Is that your driving force? then connect all the houses when you're in a house. Connect the dots. Have certainty that you have appointments on the weekend because you take care of that now. The N. The N stands for now. Now is the best time. The customer is the most excited. The customer has all the information in front of them. You got a great relationship going with your customers. The N also stands for never assume. Never assume they won't instant set. Assume they will. And you'll get stronger and better at it each time. It also stands for no. No only means not right now. I'm gonna try again in 5 minutes. The S. You better sell it. You gotta sell it. You gotta use the tools that we have, the gifts, the Rainmate. How many people like the Rainmate? Man, I love that thing, but you gotta sell it, but you gotta keep it quick and simple. Don't oversell it, right? You gotta set the stage. How do you start your demonstration? That's important because that's setting up the stage for what you're really in there for, which is get another demo. I can't sell somebody something they don't want. I can't get anybody on a program on something they don't want. If they don't want it, none of the other stuff matters. So you gotta sell it. And you gotta set that stage right. Start your demo with a powerful, powerful introduction. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm here to show you two amazing products. The star of the show right here is the SRX Certified Air Cleaner and Home Cleaning System. This thing is constantly running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's constantly cleaning all the junk you don't want, the stuff you mentioned about 5 minutes ago with your daughter's allergies. It's constantly pulling that stuff out the air. You mentioned about the dog hair, just a few minutes ago. This machine is constantly dealing with all that dog hair stuff, and you don't turn it off. And this guy right here, oh my God, this is awesome. This is called the Rainmate. And what this does is once you take this into the room and you clean, you sanitize, you deodorize, you do all the things that the SRX can do, you leave this little guy behind, and it's going to help maintain the clean environment that the SRX provided. Man, let me show you this one first. And then you start your Rainmate demo. That's called a powerful introduction to get them in tune with what you're about to show them in this Rainmate. Because right after that, we're going to start the instant set program. Set the stage. Say yes, please. That's your second S. Say yes, please. I learned this from Val. To be honest with you, I didn't come up with this. I'm just a good copycat. Chris taught me that. He's a good copycat. And he'll admit it. You show him once, show him twice, show him 3 times, he got it. So I was snooping around their paperwork stuff one day and it said, say yes, please. I love it. Thank you, Val. S also stands for share your story. You all have a story. When I first got my rainbow and I had to call my first person, this is how I felt, this is what went down, blah, 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 blah. Share your story. Share your RC story. They have great ones. Get them to help you sell it. Get them to help you set the stage. Share your RC story. T. T stands for teach. Take time to teach them exactly what to do, what to say. Now everyone's different, so you can't just have some, generic script and that you feel is going to work for everybody, because one guy says, I'm not reading that. I'm not going to say that. That's not even how I talk. So what I came up with was a concept. It's called mirroring. Everybody heard of mirroring? Mm-hmm. All right, I might not have said it right, but you know what I mean. If you're at a home and man, the people are just party animals, then you can't be all conservative when you're trying to show them how to set an appointment, because they're probably not going to talk to their friends that way. Like, dude, I just got this air purifier, man. And you're sitting in there trying to say, now, I need a favor. I just need it. He's not going to talk like that. You got to talk like him. You got to be them for a minute when you're going through the script and you're showing them how to do it. You have to show them from a conceptual standpoint, not necessarily word for word. Cover the basics, but make it sound like them based on you knowing them for the short amount of time that you have. Paint the picture. I like to use a phrase, write this down. Let's just say. Man, I'll wear that one out. Let's just say, Mary, let's just say you want to call your daughter. You told me she lives in, not too far from here, right? Let's just say you wanted to call her and get set up with, one of the air purifiers, through her. Let's just say you wanted to call her. Here's what you might want to say. Let's just say you wanted to call your neighbor or the guy who was waving like crazy when I came in. Let's just say you wanted to call him. You guys know him, right? Okay, great. Let's just say you wanted to call him when I got down here. Oh, this is my favorite one. Shannon knows this one because we go way back. Write this one down. When you get around to it. When you get around to it. Now watch out, I'm going to do a double right now. Mary, let's just say you had your daughter that you wanted to have a look at this because she got really bad allergies and a newborn crawling on the ground. So let's just say you wanted to call her. When you get around to talking to her, what Mary doesn't know is when you get around to it, she doesn't know that's going to happen in about 5 or 10 minutes. In her mind, is when she gets around to it. Okay? So when you get around to it, that's a good one. Take a selfie. Not you, them. It's funner when they do it. When you do it, they don't never like the picture. So tell them to take a selfie with it, but show them how to take a good selfie first. Guess who takes a selfie first? Me. I said, now you guys take one. Because you might have a friend, let's just say your daughter, when you get around to talking to her, she says, well, what is it, Mom? Instead of trying to sit there and explain it to her, you ever heard of saying a picture's worth 1,000 words? Yeah, send her the picture. Say, I'm going to show you a picture. That's it, because you don't want them to talk too much. Send the picture. Guess what I already have the picture for? That's about to go down in about 5-10 minutes. The Facebook post. And I don't tell them that when I'm taking the picture. It's just in case, let's just say you had somebody, and when you get around to talking to them, you can send them a picture. Okay, the A. A stands for ask them. Now I'm about to teach y'all something. It's called the KT walk away. Okay. Here's how the KT walk away goes. Now I'm gonna use all the stuff we just did, and I'm gonna end it with a KT walk away. So, let's just say, Mary, you had your neighbor that you wanted to talk to. When you get around to talking to him, here's what I want you to do. I want you to say this, and this. Cool. That's easy, right? Okay, cool. I gotta get a couple things set up. Tell you what, go ahead and call your neighbor and ask him to look at it. If they say okay, let me talk to them. Yeah, let me talk to them. And that's all you do, you walk away. Because I'm assuming that they'll do what? I'm assuming they'll say yes, not no. And you perfect that. Love doing that. Mary, go ahead and give him a quick call. Here's another one. If going ahead makes sense, write that down. If going ahead makes sense. See, these are good, powerful transitions. And they'll work with any one of us. We'll have different regions, different areas, different, customer bases, but they all work. Mary and John, look, if going ahead makes sense, here's what I would do. When you get around to talking to your people, let's just say, KT walk away. N. N stands for no texting. Damn, that 15 minutes went fast. All right, N stands for no texting. Call them to set. Text them to call you. No texting. Call them to set it up. Text them to call you. T, talk to them. Say thanks to their friend. Get on the phone and say, hey, Mary, or Linda, I just sold Mary. Linda, here's the deal. Let's just say when I come over and show you the purifier, let's just say you had somebody you knew wanted to have one of these. I'm gonna set you up with the same system I set up Mary with. So go ahead and start getting your people together now, so when I get there on Thursday night, all right, we can go ahead and give them a chance to get one too, blah, 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 blah. S stands for submit it to RBO right away. Write it down on that instant set appointment card, whatever system you use, but make sure you get it to your marketing people right away because they're working hard to fill up spots and things like that, and they need to forecast. So don't be holding on to instant sets for 4 days, and on the day of the instant set, so I got an instant set today. Okay, nobody knew about it. Save the date in your personal book or your calendar, whatever you use. E stands for E factor. It's going to increase it more and more the better you get at this concept. E also stands for energizes you. When you have 4 appointments on the book every night and you get to choose the one you want to go on, how does that affect your business? It energizes me. All right. And you have lots of shows. T stands for teammates. You got to be thinking of your teammates. You know, when my granddaddy had all those extra vegetables and stuff, he would go around the neighborhood and give people baskets of fruit and vegetables. That's what I think about. I'm giving my team the fruits. In closing, don't spend 10 minutes telling them about the Rainmate and only 1 minute showing them how to get it. Spend 5 minutes showing them how to use the thing, what it does, and spend 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes, whatever it takes, to help them get 1 or 2 of those things. Here's how I'm going to end it. Guys, if you do everything right all the time, you'll get results most of the time. If you do everything right most of the time, you'll get results some of the time. If you slip down and do everything right, some of the time, you'll get results every once in a while. And if you do everything right once in a while, good luck at going back to that job. Guys, do it right every time, and I'll see you at the top, baby.